I had a really interesting case last week with a client who I think when she saw another provider, I think she actually got the right diagnosis, but really in the wrong packaging. So postpartum mom, first time, and some pelvic floor heaviness, needs to go back to a physical job. I think the diagnosis of overactivity in the pelvic floor with prolapse symptoms was probably appropriate. And as this client was relaying her story, we get to the end of the session and she's like, you know, it's clients like you that make me glad that I decided not to have kids. What? What? Clients like you made me decide not to have kids. Make me glad I made that choice. No one wants to effing hear that. Like, I'm sorry. So this client was like, and we're done here, which I think was a smart choice. And it's really disappointing because, you know, we're fighting so hard to get, you know, just the right why, the right diagnosis and get care. And people just have no sense of the value of your words. Like, imagine you feel like your organs are going to fall out. You had a traumatic pregnancy. You have to go back to work in a matter of weeks and you're still not feeling like you can be up on your feet all day. And then someone tells you that you're another reason that they're glad why they didn't get pregnant or choose to get pregnant. Like, come on. Now, I will say, I probably practiced 13 years before I had kids. And to all those people, I'm sorry. I probably told you to carry your baby on an opposite hip. And for that, I'm sorry, because let's just be honest, we can only do that for about 15 seconds and it's going right back to the dominant one. But that being said, I never said to anybody, wow, your situation sucks so bad that I'm just so glad that I didn't make the choices you did. Like, who does that? And, you know, it's a real concern that I have. Not that, you know, every pelvic floor therapist needs to have experienced pregnancy or experienced childbirth or things like that. And that was definitely something I self-judged on. I've had 2 C-sections and the better part of a vaginal, but I really was like, how can I really talk to people who've had vaginal deliveries? I've never had one. Still okay. And here's the thing. I think you can be a great provider if you don't experience that stuff, but if you do your best to be cognizant that the person in front of you is a person with feelings, and you need to validate their experience and listen to them and not make it about you. So I just wanted, my dog is smelling something. Abby, get out of the trash. I wanted to share that because, again, we're doing better getting providers to at least get past the basics, like don't throw a kegel at everything. But come on, can we do a little bit better with our words? Our words matter. More trash. Abby, get out of the trash. So if you're listening to this and you're a provider and you're decided not to have kids, please don't tell your patient, hey, your situation's so shitty that I'm really glad I didn't decide. Like, even if that's what you think, keep it in your inside voice, okay? And again, not for nothing, it's not the worst idea to find a provider who has been through that experience. Just like I would say, hey, probably better providers for CrossFit are providers who do CrossFit or run or things like that. So just something to think about. I don't know, if you're a mom and you've kind of worked with a provider that you had similarities, hop in my DMs, let me know kind of what your experience was, whether it was good or bad, or maybe, you know, you didn't have a lot in common. Let me know how that goes. And if you're a provider, let me know kind of your tips and tricks. Like, what situations have you run into? What stories have you heard? Because we just need to do better meeting our moms where they are and also giving them really good care. So anyway, hop in my DMs, love to hear from you.